cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike.
Hello. It is Thursday night, and that means it is time for Live at the Bike. I'm Nichoel Jurgens. This is a Limon, and we are here as your host tonight for this 5-5 no limit hold'em game at the bike. 5-5 is a 300 minimum, 1,000 maximum buy-in. Let's get down to the table and meet those players.
Wow, you could see the casino behind us bustling.
Yes.
They got a tight shot.
Over in seat 1, there's Cyrus. Cyrus is in this hand, but he has about 1,300 in front of him. Seat 2 is Damien. It's so funny that players actually, they've picked their seats, and they're always in those same seats. So Damien is always in seat 2. There he is. He has a little less than 1,000 in front of him.
Poker players are creatures of habit.
I know. Isn't that weird? I wonder why. Because, usually you think about, you actually want to pick the seat to the left of an active player.
Right.
Not just, oh, I like the seat,
No.
so I picked the seat. But a lot of
Damien,
players do.
Damien, 100%. He thinks this catches his good side.
We'll have to ask him that later.
No, if we could put him on a lie detector, I'll put $10,000 on
Lie detector, or we're going to lie detector Damien and be like, Damien, so.
Because he's like an actor, and he's got his headshot as his twit pic.
Oh.
He's all, his hair's all properly, like his fro is like the proper thing,
Damien, lie detector. Next time, you, us, yes. Seat 3 is Aaron. He has 900 in front of him. Seat 4 is Lily. Hey, hello, lady. She looks good. I like her glasses. I love her hair. Looking wonderful. She has almost 1,500 in front of her.
That's Lily who's been on the show before, Lily Kiletto.
I have never commentated when she has. Okay,
okay.
so I'm hearing she's been on the show. Lily Kiletto, I hear. Is that right? So like I said, she has almost 1,500 in front of her. That's Brett in seat 5. Brett has a little less than 800 in front of him. Again, this game is a buy-in from 300 to 1,000. You can see everybody's deep. Nobody that I can see bought in for 300, so nobody short stacking here. Seat 6 is Sean. Sean has a little over 1,100 in front of him. Sean also is in the same seat. And how about this guy, Scott, seat 7. He is always our seat 7.
Seat 7, the imprint of seat 7 is basically Scott's ass. Right? Like
we're going to have to get them all in the booth sometime. Be like,
we could hang it up in the Poker Hall of Fame, just like the seat. And you'll be like, this is the imperfect imprint of Scott's ass.
The chair, the actual chair. Oh, I'm seeing Shooter in seat 8. Love to play. And he's wearing his actual hat that he used to always wear, which was a cowboy hat. And last time on the show, he was wearing a baseball hat. And I said, hey, that's not Shooter. You don't wear a baseball hat. So he's back to the cowboy hat today. He has about 1,000 in front of him. And seat 9 is Bobby. Bobby's been on the show quite a bit lately.
Like
Welcome
the way
to
he
him.
moves his chips.
I do, too. I like that he's active, and he's a thinking player, obviously. And he's playing this hand. So we've got some action going on. We didn't see the pre-flop yet, but we'll just catch up as we go. Looks like Bobby's bet on this flop with his gutter. Bets 55 and gets a call from both Aaron and Scott.
I can't believe the first hand we're doing is Scott's in it.
Scott, again, he's like Lyman used this word one time, and I like it, like a serious hobbyist.
Yes, he is a serious hobbyist.
He has a job, but he loves playing on Live at the Bike, and he comes and plays quite a bit. And so he's usually, he's obviously working on improving his game, but he also likes to be quite active. I mean, he comes here to play. So he's involved, and he has the best hand. It checks to the turn, checks all the way to Bobby on the river, and this bet I'm not sure is going to get through because I don't think Scott's going to allow it, but Bobby is going to try.
Scott's never folding. I mean, Bobby doesn't know that Scott has a pair, but I don't understand, Bobby isn't going to get anybody in this pot to fold a pair. He's basically turning his hand into a bluff, but he could win it with ace-high showdown.
Exactly, and not only that, but again, we didn't see the pre-flop action. We did see that Bobby bet the flop. I think if he would have continued on the turn, he could have won it there, possibly. Scott can get sticky and hold on, but I think if I was going to give it a second shot, it would have been the turn, not the river. Once I gave up the turn, you definitely check the river, like Lyman said. He has ace-high. It could quite possibly be good.
I mean, it more than likely is. It was just like check, 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 check. And then bet, nobody will ever fold a better hand.
Nobody's ever going to fold any pairs. So yeah, no.
I could have gotten ace 4 to fold, I guess.
There you go.
If you're
Limon found one. Limon found one. Welcome to all of our live chatters. Thank you for being here bright and early with your shiny faces. Let's say hello to everybody. Playtime 007, King Ram, Wattbree, Zach Rockwell, Rick and Barstow, Juds. Who else do we have in here? Ryan Parker, Sandy Joy. Let's see. I don't want to miss anybody. These guys all turned up early, so we're going to give them a shout out.
AJD, my man.
Yes, AJD. Who else are we seeing? Oscar Meyer Beaner. Love that name.
God.
I
can't say it. I
love that name.
I know. I just can't say it.
And Mike Sandhop, by the way, who says Limon for Press.
There we go. If Trump can do it, I can do it.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we have a raise and a 3-bet, it looks like, at this point. Lily is 3-betting with King 9. She gets 2 callers, 3-way action to this flop.
She asked do you guys ever fold? Hey, you can. I don't know if you can hear that at home. She asked, do you guys ever fold or what?
I don't know if she knows these guys, but I'm going to answer for them. No.
No. That's the only reason that you come out. Oh, look at this bet! Wow. You like the way he moved his chips right there? That was very aggressive. He threw them into her stack.
Was that? Oh, so that was Aaron betting?
Yeah, he threw the chips into her stack.
He threw them right in front of Lily. He said, "Take this."
Like onto her cards. That is very interesting.
He's, and this is funny because, it's like a mental game now. This hand is basically, Aaron must have been the pre-flop raiser, I'm going to assume, by that, manner that he bet that flop. And he was 3-bet by Lily and now has aggressively overbet the pot. 300 right in front of Lily.
If you're a female player, because I've never had anyone do that to me in my life. If you're a female player, do you notice stuff like that? Like a guy throwing his chips into your stack? It's just so aggressive.
Whether you're female or not, I think that the way that he bet that and the amount that he bet should give you pause and be like, well, why is he
bizarre.
doing that?
It's so bizarre.
Why is he betting? Why did he just call my 3-bet pre-flop and now betting some? To me, it looks like he has hearts or something.
Right.
Like he must have just
That's what I was.
2 overcard with hearts, and I'm probably good at this point. The question is, now what does he have behind? Aaron has 425 behind after betting this 300, and do you want to test him? Do you want to get it in here with a 9? That's how well do you know him, and how much are you willing to gamble with an opponent behind? And she says no thanks, and Aaron's going to take it.
Lily, and then he's rubbing it in. I think that was something. I think there's a little something going on there.
Have you said you saw Lily before? I haven't. So
yes.
She's played on Live at the Bike before,
yes.
And because of this Insta 3-bet, is there a dynamic there? I mean, do you know? Have they played together before?
I don't know that they've ever played together before. I do know that she's an active player.
Uh-huh.
I'm surprised she folded there, to tell you the truth, based on what I had seen before. And based on just like all the LOL sort of live tells that were going on, that was just like not what somebody would do if they had a hand that they were proud of.
Exactly. Yeah, and the fact that he shows, that's I guess
Very
awesome
aggressive.
if you want to do that. But now what? Does that mean he has to tighten up? Like he basically can't play a hand now against her because she's going to look him up, right?
I think that there's a microclimate right there. It's a phrase that I've coined now.
I like it.
There's a little microclimate between those two.
Okay, so let's see how that plays out through the night, right?
It's so dumb.
I
coined it, so now I got to say it.
All right, so I mean, let's find like a really professional definition for it too. This microclimate, because it's about when you're starting to get into this level, and at any level, mostly nowadays at any level, you can buy in for 100 big blinds, which is awesome.
Right.
Now they've allowed games to be deeper, but the difference is, and people say, oh, but it's 100 big blinds, whether it's $300 or $1,000. The thing is, it's very different. Is that just because you're buying in for 100 big blinds at a 2-3 level, and when you only have $300 in front of you, stacks are shipping much quicker. You're not just betting $2. You're still betting enough that your stacks are getting in on the turn. Whereas in this game, it's again 100 big blinds, but it takes longer to get a stack in. So you still have more playable.
Are they playing?
They're playing 5-5.
So is it most of these guys got 200 big blinds?
Yeah, I mean exactly. So you're right. That's another thing to point out. is much deeper, but even without that, I mean, assume it's just still 100 big blinds. You know, the deeper you get, even though you're still 100 big blinds, and once your stack is larger, you just so much more playability, and it makes it that much harder. Whereas, if she had 300 and he bet, overbet a pot like 100 in that case, she probably would have just shoved.
I'm noticing that there's something going on. I think we're going to see some more Lily Aaron fireworks tonight, or Lily somebody fireworks.
So Sean has made it 20 in this hand, four callers, so 5-way action.
Los Angeles poker, ladies and gentlemen. 5 ways to the flop. Lily with 4-8. We're going to see some fireworks.
It is Los Angeles. I mean, I always say it is way better than anywhere else. And I shouldn't compare it to East Coast because I've never been there. But it is way better than Vegas.
I've been there. We're
all
better.
the time.
At least Florida. And AC, we're better.
45 from Sean with 2 overs. He gets looked up from Aaron with a 5 and Lily with a 4. Ace on the turn. This is a great card for Sean to double barrel. Continue to tell the story if this is what you're going to do. And he does. And there goes Aaron with the best hand.
Do you think that Lily's calling the flop might be because she's a little hot?
I absolutely do.
Oh, she's hot as hell, dude. This woman is on fire! Oh, my God, dude. Steam rice. Wow, what's going to go on here? I'm so interested.
And it's so tough to triple barrel in this situation. So tough. But do you think Sean can find a way? He does.
Like every draw bricked. So it's actually like the right time to triple barrel, but she is just so hot.
If she looks him up with a 4 here, game is on.
Oh, my Lord. I said that there was going to be fireworks. Oh, my God. Just
she
instant.
Does it.
Instant.
She does it.
Oh, my God. She is so hot.
Wow. And Sean is just laughing because first he was like upset, and now he's just laughing because like, wow, she called me with a 4.
Remember, like just before this hand started, I said there was a microclimate and some shit was going to go down. Like you can, when you play live poker, you got to notice this stuff. She was fired up. Like I could feel it through the screen. Sean's got to look to his right and be like, that girl is fired up. She didn't like being showed that bluff.
No, she did not.
It raised her dender.
And unfortunately, Sean was a recipient of that.
Sean was the recipient of the just.
That's a head itcher.
Yeah, that's a head itcher.
It's like, oof.
You got to know when somebody's heated, and she was heated.
And that's the thing about it. That's a great point because this microclimate. I understand the state of mind because I think that actually was a great triple barrel. There's not a lot of situations where you can triple barrel. Well, that's actually positive EV.
In a vacuum, it was
so
good.
Great. Yeah.
In a vacuum, it was good.
And it actually was a great situation for him. Unfortunately, just against the wrong person.
Wrong player, wrong time. You had to notice that she just got showed up. She just got a bluff thrown in her face.
First, the guy bet into her stack.
Yeah. Wrong guy, wrong person to bluff. Absolute wrong person to bluff. Now the question is, though, does this calm her down?
Yes, I think that's
so.
the way you insta get off tilt
yes.
is by
winning a big pot.
Yes,
yeah.
by sucking out. And in that case, she didn't suck out. She had the best hand all the way,
yeah.
but she feels
making
great.
a good play, winning a big pot, stacking chips makes everything feel better.
Scott had straddled in this hand. Shooter limped, and Lily made it 30 on the button with 9-4. So apparently she's not insta off tilt.
Well, yeah. I guess if you're raising, it's less tilt than if you're calling. But then she made a pair and just checked it through.
Scott, who called with a 7 with the queen of diamonds, is now going to bet out on the turn.
Yeah, she talks a lot. I like it. She likes the table talk. She says, "You hit it too, huh?"
She's hoping, obviously. And Scott just quickly bets this river.
And Scott's just going to power off money to her. Wow.
If she can call this again, like, oh boy, watch out, boys. This lady is putting on a clinic.
This is good. She's talking to him. She's thinking. Oh, and then Scott gets picked off. Oh my God, dude.
You guys can all thank Aaron for this later.
Aaron has gotten you guys bounced.
Aaron's got a little smile on his face. Right now he's tweeting his friends. Holy shit.
He's like, I'm the only one who can beat her. Oh, wow. She is picking them off tonight. These guys aren't paying attention to live dynamics at all.
And here's the thing. So now, at this point, they should notice, right? I mean, she showed down 2 hands.
Yeah.
She showed down the fact that she's calling 3 bets with bottom pair.
Yep.
It's time to back off when you're in a hand with her, unless you have something big. And when you have something big, maybe you can even overbet, right? At this point, against her, and hope that she looks you up.
The question now is, will she change gears? Which would be just brilliant.
Which she probably, needs to do, right? I mean, the 8-4 and the 9-4 now start playing some good hands. Hopefully she can pick up some good hands here, and that really will work in her favor.
She has the rep right now that she's completely unbluffable. So if anybody's betting into her at this point, she needs to just lay hands down. And then, but if she has a hand, she just needs to power bet at people, like you were saying, possibly even overbets.
Aaron's going to rebuy another 300, I heard. So he's going to build up his stack. He said, woo! Play is on. I got to get some chips. He's adding up to max stack. Lily's still talking.
Yeah, we should mic her up. She's good for the game.
Look at Sean and Scott, dejected.
I
They
know.
do not look happy.
Sean
They're
and
like,
Scott.
ooh,
That's
Scott's chomping the gum.
That's like Sad Sack Junction right there. Poor guys.
Time to take a step back.
All right.
Relax.
We got drinks
more
being-
wine? Ooh, I needed that.
Who's delivering these to us? Annie.
Annie? Annie Lou?
No, I mean, I know you're. I'm like, there's somebody. No, I mean, I know you're Annie.
Oh.
Which player?
Which player bought it? C1, Cyrus? Okay, so Cyrus, if that was you, I hope it's you. I hope it wasn't somebody else. We're hearing that it was Cyrus that bought us drinks.
Cheers, Cyrus.
We love you.
Yeah, if it was Scott, now he's going to be all mad.
I know, sometimes it's Scott, so I don't want to say the wrong
He's
person.
like, first I bluff off my stack, and now they don't even give me credit for buying the drinks.
Cyrus raises in this hand.
Oh, no, I got 2 drinks.
Lily, did Lily 3-bet or did Cyrus limp?
Thank you.
Lily 3-bet one more time with ace jack of spades. So king queen for Cyrus, he raised. Lily 3-bet and Cyrus folded, and good for him. You know, recognizing the dynamic of what's going on, he's like, I'm not going to get involved with this girl out of position with a trap hand, and he lets it go. Okay,
Cheers
we're going to do
Cyrus. Oh, we're cheering. Okay.
Oh, wait,
Wait,
where's
I got-
Cyrus? Find Cyrus on there. Let's get a different camera
Yeah.
angle.
Where is he?
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Here we go.
Cyrus. We did good right there. Cheers.
Thank you, cyrus. That's awesome.
That was awesome. I love that. I don't know why they get me 2 drinks every time. They want me to
I
really
know.
start cussing.
So they
Yeah, this isn't my fault, Evelyn. I've got a triple bourbon and a wine.
Oh my! So did maybe somebody gave you the triple bourbon? Who gave you that?
I
Did
don't
Cyrus give you that too?
Oh, this isn't a triple bourbon.
All right, guys. If somebody else bought him,
This is some sort of
sorry,
apple
we
juice.
thank you.
They fooled me.
We thank you.
This is horrible. What the fuck
Let
is
me try it.
It's apple juice.
It is
Was
apple
it-
juice.
Did you think of
It
this?
is
Was
apple
that-
juice.
Why did they send me apple juice? He fooled me. Thought this isn't bourbon. I take back my cheers.
Hey, but thank you for the wine.
No,
though.
the wine is nice.
We don't
Thank
take it back.
Thank you. We don't take
Thank
it
you,
back. I'm
Cyrus.
just joking. If you ever send me apple juice again, I'll punch you.
Button over with Scott in seat 7. We're playing 5-5 blind. Straddle is on, so 10 to call. So 5-5-10 in this hand. It's a little bit quiet now. A little hush has come
I
over
like
the
this.
table
I like
after.
that they're already straddling. It's nice.
40 under the gun from Damien.
Oh, he did prank me. Good prank, Cyrus. You did prank me. I thought I had a double bourbon. Getting trolled by the troll master.
So 40 from Damien under the gun. Damien has kings. Brett has pocket 10s. Now, this is a spot, I don't know if Brett knows Damien, but I might just call Damien here, especially since he raised immediately under the gun. I'm going to give Damien respect. He's super tight.
Yes.
And
He's basically like super tight's one way of saying it, but the other way is like he's a giant nit.
And, well, yeah, they mean the same thing. And, actually, Damien, what I really appreciated about Damien's game last time I saw him is the game was breaking down. It was getting to 4- and 5-handed, and Damien stayed, and he really opened up his game.
Good.
When it got short, I was really impressed, and I love to see it. He's playing a tight game in full ring, and he really mixed it up when it got short. But in a full ring, this is not a guy I'm going to 3-bet ever. With 10s, I want to see a flop. I want to try and stack him, so I have to just call with 10s. But I don't know if Brett knows Damien.
Yeah. If you know Damien, you know that if he misses, he'll just check it to you too. Like he's not going to barrel off against anybody ever. So you're basically are always going to know when your 10s are good. Sorry, Damien, I'm giving away all your secrets.
So at this point, Damien has 4-bet, 190. Brett's stack is below 700 at this point, so he has to call 105.
Cool bet sizing. I like this bet sizing. It's going to get called a lot.
Helicopter says that Lily was on Poker Night in America and won $25K in 6 hours playing 200, 400.
Wow.
Holla.
Nice.
Nice, Lily.
But Brett does wise up and let it go. Nice.
And it is a great fold. He's probably wishing, obviously, like, oh, why didn't I just call?
Some people, when they see the small re-raise sizing, they think, oh, but you're giving your opponent implied odds. But the truth is, you're also giving them reverse implied odds. And when you have a hand like kings, they're going to find a way to get themselves losing 2 streets a lot, maybe even more. And with only $600 behind, that's probably their whole stack. With pairs and putting you on ace-king.
Exactly. So those are great sizing. So, I mean, if the flop comes 9 high,
Yeah.
he's probably, and Brett had called, he's probably going to get Brett's stack.
You can't always worry about implied odds because the reverse implied odds are also very high in these situations.
Couple folds so far. Damien had straddled in this hand. So 10 to call. I don't know if they've made an agreement to straddle, but the straddle has been on since we started.
I like it. Although it does make everyone's stack half as deep.
Exactly.
So some of these guys who were like maybe 60 or 70 big blinds deep are now like 35 big blinds deep. The thing is they won't really adjust at all. That's what I've noticed.
And that's exactly what we talked about in, Damien took that down in the straddle. We talked about this on Tuesday. It was a 2-3 game, and they made an agreement to straddle every hand. So now it's 2-3-6, and you're only buying in, it's capped at 300, so it's capped at 100 big blinds. But some people bought in 200 or less. Now you're playing just ultimate shove poker at that point. But if people realize it, and they didn't often. Often people were just calling with small pairs when they really don't have the odds. And so you have to understand, what that means when you're adding the straddle into the game. Now what's your strategy? It should change a little bit.
Right. Like a lot of times you'll see the straddle go on, and there'll be more limping because people are afraid to get involved for $40 or $50 now. When in fact, when the straddle goes on, there should be almost no limping whatsoever because all the stacks just got cut in half.
So 10 to call as we're continuing to straddle. Under the gun, Lily raises. She makes it 30. Damien now has 10s.
Wow. Right out of position, he's going to see a flop instead of like re-raising here.
Again, she raised under the gun. I'm of the sort that if someone's going to raise under the gun, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit. I probably want to play my 10s again, even against Lily, who seems to be active thus far. I probably just want to call there, but it is a 50-50 spot. Against Damien, however, before, I think that's just basically never a 3-bet.
So Damien's basically set up a situation here where he's trapping. Let's see if he can keep it up the whole way because he's going to see another barrel here with the gutter and the nut flush draw.
Damien with 1,000 stack. Lily with 2. She bets 130 on the turn. She has a gutter, an over, and clubs to come.
This is a situation where we see if his trapping line was him being smart or him just being scared. Because if you set up a trapping line, but then you can't suss out when you're actually good, you probably should have never started the trapping line. But right now, he's doing a real good job.
You having fun, Willie?
She said nice call, okay. There's a lot of gamesmanship going on here.
Oh! Oh, that's so gross.
Brutal.
That is so gross.
The worst card in the deck. But look at Damien.
Sorry, guys. We probably just blew out your eardrums, but that is just gross.
Look at Damien, though. He
checks.
He had like a sly little look. I wonder.
This is going to hurt when he check raises this.
Right. Oh, no. Now comes the bourbon. You want me to? What?
When you call a meter, she just wants you to have all yellow.
Yeah, I'm drinking it. I'm drinking the apple juice. They're bringing more drinks to me now. Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. Jeez Louise. This hand's going to take a while anyway.
Yeah, she was cute. The server came in and Limon said, "Who got that for us?" And she said, "Annie."
Yeah.
And I thought Annie Lou, like there's a prop here who's been here forever
She
named
would never
Annie.
buy me a drink.
And no, Annie was herself, her own name.
her
She's
own
like, "I got
name,
it for you." Like the server did.
Who else got it?
No. Oh, that's cute. But no, actually, someone on the table. This is really rough. I mean, I think he has to raise here. I mean, if you played it in this manner, I think you're 100% going to raise, and it's just unfortunate for him that it got in this spot.
Yeah, now that he's basically probably pegged Lily as a bit of a calling station because of how he saw the last couple hands played, you have to raise. Period. End of story.
And he does. He makes it 450. So a min raise from him. And is this to try to induce her to bet more, or is he actually going to fold if she shoves?
Well, he thinks she's a station. He's watched her call 3 barrels with bottom pair on straight and flush type boards. Yeah, they're both doing. They're both actors, by the way. They both are.
Look at both of them.
They
Look at
both
both
are.
of them.
These are both actual actors with IMDb's and headshots and everything.
So she must have gone all in, and he said, "I don't have the nuts," and he says, "I call." So we missed it, but she must have gone all in, and he called, and it's just unfortunate for Damien. That was just a really rough beat. You know, if it had been like a 4 on there, obviously he can fold. If it had been in it, but to come runner clubs like that with his 10, that hurts.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try and second guess his call in the end. He doesn't probably know her well enough to make that kind of lay down. She did sort of do a classic thing that people do when they're exceptionally strong, which is just sort of like whisper, "I'm all in," and not move a single chip. You almost never see that as a bluff, but she could have been value betting a hand that he has beat, and so that's why it's just really
It's
brutal.
funny. I said that too. Rick and Barstow played on our 2-3 the other day, and he had a big hand on a river, and he said he's all in, but he didn't actually push any chips. He only had like 150 behind or so, and I said, something to be aware of, and I know Rick is watching this right now, is that actually for people who are paying attention, that's a huge tell. That you, I mean, if you're not moving any chips, you're so confident that I'm all in. I don't even have to move chips.
Yeah.
People who are paying attention and can use that and be like, "Oh, geez, they must have a massive hand."
Right. There's no way that I snap call like Damien did in that spot. I guess he already had thought it out beforehand. Like, I'm just never getting rid of this hand. Lily's getting warm.
Lily,
She's gotten warm.
somebody turn the heat on.
Lily just got very warm. Ay caramba. The chat, I don't even want to see the Twitch chat right now. The Twitch chat is so out of control. I should log in just to see what they're saying. Ay. Yeah.
And she did the right thing. She's like, "No, you can't. The way I've been playing, you can't fold that." She says to Damien, which was sweet and probably true.
But the way she was playing was not raising, it was calling. I think that Damien could have found a fold a certain percentage of the time. Not all the time. I'm not trying to second guess him or act super smart because I can see the cards. But it wasn't just like a snap thing like it happened.
She straddles in this hand. Scott makes it 35 with Jack 10 of hearts. Winning every pot. I like to see it. Ladies taking control.
This table doesn't know what hit him.
No.
Like, Scott's right now is
Scott's still chomping the gum. He's like, "I'm mad at life."
He's like, "I'm basically the hot chick at the table every week. And tonight, I am not the hot chick at the table."
Tonight he has been one-upped.
Yes.
In a couple ways. Once in the hand and once just by showing up.
Scott, like people are like, "Hey, why didn't Scott play last night?" No, he was at the table. No, he was? Nobody's even going to notice if he has 80% VPIP tonight.
I know, it was getting hot.
Next time, make the
Lily's telling everybody that she was getting hot. I believe it.
So now she just pulled out, her second, how do I want to say it? Second part of her strategy.
Yeah.
She's got the coat off.
I mean,
She's like, game is on, boys.
she seems to have a
Try
very,
and play against me like this
Yes.
now. You couldn't play against me before. Now try and play against me with my coat off.
I have a feeling that she is very aware of how people perceive her.
Oh, of course. So it looks like, did somebody not straddle in this hand? We were all straddling. Somebody did not straddle. Cyrus makes it 20 with Queen Jack in the cutoff. Call from Aaron. Lily's going to make it 80. So Brett had limped under the gun. Brett, who was meant to straddle, I think, or unless they're not agreeing, they're just doing it. He limped under the gun with Jacks. So this is interesting. I'm wondering what this play means. Is he intending to limp re-raise with Jacks? Lily,
Lily's got the
3 bets with aces. Oh, poor Brett. Lily is going to own every one of these players at the table tonight. Sorry, guys. You're done. And I don't know if I love the idea of limp raising with Jacks very often anyways, but Brett's going to do it. Maybe he feels like his stack is short enough, but at any point it's in the face of a raise and a re-raise here, I would probably now just change my mind and just call. And but Brett did decide to 4-bet. Lily shoved, and Brett called. He needs a jack. Nobody has a club.
Thank God.
Well, what do you guys got? I mean, it's an all in.
I have aces. Yeah.
Boom.
Oh man, what a dream night for Lily. I don't know the Twitch password.
So all this. Are you this good? Is this what's going on here?
Can only me.
Tell everybody it's okay.
Okay, I'll log into Twitch.
Lily owning souls. So Aaron, you guys can all thank Aaron for this. Aaron's sitting
Aaron
over there with
caused
a little shit grin on his face.
Yeah.
Like he started all this business, and in one round, Lily now has 4,000.
I know, in a 5-5 game.
From 1,000 to 4,000 in one round.
What's that, like 8x? Joker 1, 2. Oh wait, and then what's the password? Okay. Are there any capitals?
Button over in C3 with Aaron. Straddle continues now. We're back to the straddle with Scott. 10 to call, I think, unless he limped it. Did Scott limp in under the gun? Okay, then we're not straddling. Scott limped under the gun.
All right, I'm in the chat now. I'm going to have to ban so many people.
Mike Sandhop said, Nicole shared Limon straw. Are they hooking up? Yes, Mike. Yes, we are.
That's what it means.
We've both been married numerous years. Said, well, why not? Let's try something new.
Why not?
You know what's funny, though, actually, that he said that? I didn't even realize I did that. And I had a friend one time. I always do that. I grew up that way. Like, I would just like, oh, can I try that? Sure. Yeah, here, share, whatever. I never care. I don't care about that stuff. I don't even think about it. And my friend told me, after 2 years of knowing her, she told me, Nicole, I'm really grossed out by sharing things, and I actually have to throw it away after you try. I was like, what? I was like, number one, I'm like, that's fine, but why did you take 2 years to tell me? And I'm thinking back over all this stuff, where I was just like, oh, let me try it, and I just grab her food or something, and oh, I was so embarrassed.
Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to drink that again anyway. It's freaking apple juice.
So
seriously,
yeah, that's just.
I mean, what's the point? So we're actually not really sharing.
I don't even think about it. I just do because I don't even. To me, it's like whatever. In our family, we do. Oh, look at Cyrus, smart, getting position.
Yeah, look at Cyrus. Cyrus is like, this is plus EV in so many ways.
in the actual and in the.
Yeah, this moving to this seat is plus EV in so many ways. Good job, Cyrus.
Well, I mean, then maybe we can use this time to talk about. I don't know if you want to share. You got, for people who follow you on Twitter, you had a conversation with girls at the table, and some girls were saying, "Oh, I the way women are treated is not nice in poker and blah, blah, blah." And you said, no, that's not even true. I never see a woman mistreated at the poker table.
No.
And you had an argument with
Vanessa
a couple women.
The queen bee. I got all the way to the queen bee.
And maybe you can discuss that a little bit, because they're just going to limp in this hand, it looks like, again. Because actually, and this is funny, and maybe you won't like the fact that I will say, I was going to chime in and say, for you, Limon, like, I've never once been disrespected at the table.
Right.
In my 11 plus years of playing, if anything, it's a benefit to be a woman. So for women to say, oh, we're just, we're so, mistreated, and I just don't see it.
No,
like,
I've
I
never
absolutely,
seen it.
and I didn't jump in because I didn't want to be like, oh, on these girls. I knew who these girls were,
You're
and
just
I didn't
gonna
want
get
to talk
attacked.
against them. Yes,
Yeah.
but quite honestly, it's just only a benefit, and especially if you know how to use it.
Yeah. I mean, I was just like going with like data points, not even my opinion. I've spent 17 years in casinos. I've seen a lot of women at the table. I've seen them treated exceptionally well.
Well, and it gets to a point actually where I prefer not to be treated so well, because it gets to a point where, okay, so let's get into this hand, then we'll talk
Lily's
some more.
doing it again.
Okay, so Lily has 10-9 here. Damien bets with his eights. Lillian's going to raise right. Lily, excuse me, not Lillian, is going to raise right away with her 10-9. And Damien's in no mood to fold. He normally would insta-muck this, and now, Lily's got him on tilt, and now he's just insta-calling with eights, and this card's not going to help him.
Oh, Damien. You got to understand, Lily, you sussed out earlier that she was a bit of a station, but she was not a lagtard. This is completely different. Oh, good job, Damien. Yes.
Good
little
fold.
round of applause for
Great
Damien.
fold.
He did this is actually the mark of a true professional for Damien right there. He is a nit, and it could have been just because he was a nit, but I don't think he's tilted at all.
I think he's a little bit tilted. I mean, he shook his head a little bit, and I think actually if he wasn't tilted, he wouldn't. This is him tilted. He made that $100 call. That's
he
him
lost
tilted.
Yeah, he lost a little
He
extra.
lost $100.
Yeah. But most people who are tilted, like, if Scott was like pounding the gum right now and had 2 eights right there, he's losing $1,000.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
He's losing $1,000, and he's not even blinking.
Yeah. So to continue my thought, what I was going to say is actually, being a woman, if anything, it doesn't hinder you in the fact that people disrespect you. It actually hinders you in the fact that people want to slow play against you. And, like, the people who you actually want to give you action, now they're all of a sudden like, oh, I check.
Yeah.
Like, no!
I know.
Bet!
Right.
Bet, please! Like, and that happens, and you're like, oh. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't even want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be nice to anybody, because I don't want people to be nice to me. I want them to just play their cards, because I know when I'm getting it in, I'm, 9 times out of 10 have the best of it, and I want them to call. I don't want them to be like, oh, I give it up to you. No, don't give it up to me. Like, call.
No, I can see that exactly, because being the host of the game here, a lot of people just want to check it down with me and be like, bro, friendly bro. And I am a friendly bro. But sometimes I just got to say, we're going to play this hand,
Yes. Yeah. And you have to. And that does, I remember when I was hosting the game here for 3 years, and actually, during the end of my stint is when I met Tad, who's my husband currently, and he was playing here a big game at the time, and he got so mad at me one day. He's like, he stood behind me and watched me play a hand, and I actually checked the river against a guy when I had a straight, and I mean I had a set, and he's like, what are you doing? You can't check. I'm like, oh, you just check. Yeah. But he's 100% right. It's like, you can't let yourself get into that mode. You can't, whether it's your friend or somebody you play against all the time, you have to just play your hand.
Right.
And that's why I don't appreciate now, like, when people are like, oh, I just want to give it to you. Don't give it to me, because I want you to call. So, now more often than not that I'm playing on my own, I, like, put my headphones in and I can hear absolutely everything. But I try, like, to ignore everything so that people are not nice to me. They just play their hand. I don't ever show. People, like, try to show me their hand, so I'll show. I never do. And I'm like, good, get mad at me. Please, get mad. So then you call me next time.
I think, like, I'm not going to say any name, but there's 2 female props of the bike.
Uh-huh.
And actually, there might be more, but there's 2 that mainly play every day in the top section. And one of them will always say, like, what do you have on the river, and be real cutesy and get people to, like, show hands and check down. And the other one never says a word to anyone. Some people even think she might be a bitchy, but she's not. She's actually a very nice lady. She just doesn't want to, like, converse. But you can't have it both ways.
Yes.
You either got to be a serious poker player, or you can be the one who says, "What do you got?" And then they'll say, "I got the nuts, little darling." But you can't be both. And
Yes.
and that's not a female thing. That's just a poker player thing. You can either be everyone's bud, or you can be a fucking killer. But you can't be a bud and a killer, because sooner or later you got to kill your buds.
It's true. And the number one reason why, in the end, you say, "Oh, why can't I check it out?" Because you know what? If they have a set against you next time, you think they're going to check it. No, they're not, because they're going to go for blood because they're trying to make money too.
Yeah, sometimes they're stuck.
In this hand, Aaron raises with ace king, Scott 3-bets, and then folds to Aaron's 4-bet. It's a nice fold for Scott.
Good job, Scott.
It's just think
He's
about
not
like
even
this.
chewing right now. He has gum in his mouth. He's not even chewing. That's how cool he is right now.
Who, me? He said, "Did you see him say that? Who, me?" So yeah, in the end, it really actually just, no matter what you do, just play your game.
Right.
Play your game. Don't show your hands.
Right.
If you can do that and still talk nice to everybody, which I prefer to do, I prefer to have fun and talk to everybody. Sometimes, though, I get so caught up, then I start playing too nice with people, and I don't like when I do that. So then I take a step back, and then I put my headphones on or whatever. But
Right.
if you can talk to everybody and have fun and still just play hard, that's the best way to do it.
Yes, absolutely. When people just know that you're a gamer, you're a good person, but you're going to play them hard, that's the best reputation to have in the casino. And women and men can both have that reputation.
So yeah, these people who were, Limon got involved, and it's like, no, that's not true. I don't think. And so this is just limped around this pot. Queen 3, 7, 4, 5, 6, and 10, 8. A whole bunch of garbage out there. 2 clubs on the flop. King high. Nobody with the king. Aaron with the best of it so far. Checked around on the flop. I mean, I know, and these girls, I don't want to call them out, and I really like them, especially, one of them was a girl who's been on the show before, and she's awesome. I love her. But, like, in one Twitter pic, she was kissing somebody else's boobs or something, right?
Yes,
and so, Limon said jokingly, like, "Oh, you're trying to," some guy said something to her in Twitter, and Limon jokingly said, "Oh, you're trying to hit on a wife and a lesbian." And they're like, "Oh, no, you're a troll, you're terrible." But the thing is, when you put those kind of pictures out there, you can't now say,
Yeah.
"Oh, but no, you're just, people just treat us so bad." And I don't, it's tough because there's a line. I don't want to be like, "Oh, well, you wear short skirts, so you deserve to be raped." It's not like that.
Yeah, we're not there
But
yet.
when you put that kind of picture out there, if somebody says, jokingly, you're a lesbian,
Right.
that's a lot different than, he's just joking, and
It
that's
is what
okay.
it
It's
is.
not like somebody's, disrespecting you.
No. It's Twitter, Things are going to happen. I have pictures on Twitter. I try to avoid it. I usually just put my little Limon thing, but pictures get out there, and then people are like, they want to comment on my boobs or the fact that I look like a clown.
On your boobs? I
Yeah.
want to see that.
I get a lot
Can
of-
you? Why don't you actually retweet those? I want to hear about those ones.
I don't want to, but I mean, basically, it's Twitter. I don't care. I told the people in the Twit chat a minimum boob talk, and now they're really mad at me. Now they're really mad at me for giving them minimum boob talk. And so now I'm going to have to ban Hammer.
Lily raised this pre-flop. Look at this. Lily raised this pre-flop to 30 with 10-6 flops trips against Aaron. He's going nowhere. He's still got the SHIT grin on his face, and that's just because that's what I call it when you have a grin like that. So I don't mean to be, mean. It's just what it looks like, right? A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
Lily finally going to take it a little bit.
Lily's going to get a little bit of come up and... Oh, wait, wow.
140. What?
What? Why is there so little money in... Oh, we moved all in.
I thought I heard...
And then he...
Well, that was so quick. So
Yeah, it was
he
just
made
bang,
it
bang,
40. She made it 140. He went all in.
Insta.
Did she insta call?
No,
Or
now
she's thinking. She's thinking. Okay.
She's thinking.
So he made it 40. She made it 140 quickly. He quickly went all in. I mean, you saw our
Like
analytics. Like you
insta.
couldn't even follow it. It was so fast.
Yes.
And now he still has a grin on his face, and she's thinking.
Oh, nice lay down.
At least min raise. I would have paid you.
She told him bad play.
Bad.
Bad play, she said. And she still gets the jabs in even when she loses the pot.
Wow. I like the way she moves her chips.
Great fold from Lily.
Lily's playing like a champ.
Lily is a champ.
And then she even tells him, like, I know that you weren't bluffing there. She just like gets right up in his grill. I like it. Oh, now she's telling him how to play his hand now.
Okay.
She's going to straddle in this hand, so 5-5-10. 10 to call.
Probably bluffed me. I know you weren't bluffing. I don't think so. That's why I leave it down. You were. It's a good bluff. So it's bluffing or not? I'm going to find out in 10 minutes.
She's trying to find out right now if he bluffed her or not. She's like, I'll find out in 10 minutes anyway. So it's the one really good part about Live at the Bike. You don't have to wait too long.
There is something you have to love about the Twitch chat. The Twitch chat has instantly figured out the sign-in and password for Live at the Bike. So, Brian, you'll be changing that at the end of the show. The Twitch chat notices everything. Everything. Like, they notice the straw that you drank out of and the fucking... So sign in. Twitch chat is...
By the way, Twitchers, like, why don't you come over to Live at the Bike and chat with us?
That's right.
Because we interact with all of our chatters. So sign up for a free account, liveatthebike.com. Sign up for a free account and get over here and chat with us. And that way, if you have something to say, we can actually pass it on and or answer any questions. Otherwise, all we're going to do is Lyman's just going to troll you guys over there on Twitch.
Well, I'm trying to be nice. I told them I want 30% less boob talk. I won't ban anyone 30% less. They were up at like 150% boob talk. We need to get it down to like 120%.
Well, I wonder what the average age on Twitch is, too. I mean, it's probably under 18.
13.
Yeah, it's probably, so they're just like hitting puberty and like, whoa, there is a hot girl playing poker. Like,
And she's playing well, which is awesome. She's playing really well. Laying down that full house after making those like real tilt calls earlier, sort of. Maybe they weren't tilt calls. Maybe she really had good reads because she was right both times.
You don't even know what it is. She's gonna call.
I'm liking Lily. I'm liking me some Lily.
so Damien makes it 60 on the button after a couple limpers. Lily just quickly calls with ace-king. And she's going to take a little break after having to lay down that hand. She's going to play heads up with Damien. Damien flops a gutter against Lily's ace-king. Goes check. Lily's got to feel good about that and even better about this turn.
It takes so much concentration. It seems to me.
I just wasn't prepared for this table, so I had to do my makeup. My makeup.
Ordinarily, I can tell a player's breathing patterns by looking at their chest. So what kind of table determines if you wear makeup or not?
Lily bets 100 on the turn. Damien has 700 behind, and he really wants to, but he can't.
Nice. Oh, she can hear? Oh. Hey, girl.
She hears her. So now Lily and Lizette are talking behind our back. We have a show. We have two shows going on.
Oh, the game would definitely die without me.
Oh, she says the game would die without. Okay, she's reading a little bit too much of her press right now. The game would still go on. It would not be as good, Lily. It would not be as good.
It would not be as beautiful, that's
yes,
for sure.
but the game would go on.
The game does go on every Tuesday and Thursday here at the Bike.
Nothing stops the Bicycle Casino. 24/7, 365. LA, California, the poker capital of the world. Period.
Or passing them out.
There is our subscription, super cheap. I've told them many a times that they probably need to raise it, but they don't listen to me, and lucky for you, it is less than $10 a month for all this awesome action and all of our infinite wisdom. Everybody who commentates on here, well, most of us have played for upwards of 5 years. I played for 11. Lyman's paid for more. So while you may not agree with everything we say, I can wholeheartedly say that you should at least learn one thing out of every show, if not more.
there's nobody who comes on this show and plays regularly that doesn't get better, period. And if you are actively a member of the site and the forums and coming on the show and interacting with the hosts, you are going to get better at a rate that no other training site can give you because the other training sites can't see you play. And they just go by your hand histories. I don't need to listen to your BS hand history. I can watch what you did.
Right, because, more often than not, players' hand history kind of gets jaded a little bit towards them. No, I didn't just call. No, I actually 3-bet. Oh, yeah, I 3-bet. No, you didn't. You just called.
There's a lot of people who have given me hand histories when they played on the show, and then I went back and watched. I'm like, that was the worst hand history ever.
You did not.
Nothing
was right. Yeah.
Nothing was like how you said.
And that's kind of how life is. People, when they tell the tournament bust-out stories, and they're like, oh, man, I flopped a set, and then I lost. And, in the end, it's like they had an underpair, and they shoved, and they lost aces. It's...
Exactly. Who's at the table now? Oh. Okay.
So Ryan entered the table. He's in late position. He opened.
And he don't know anything about Lily.
He
doesn't know that
nothing about Lily.
He's in with a man beater.
And he got a 3-bet from Lily.
Watch out, boys. She'll chew you up.
4 hearts on the turn. They check the flop, check the turn. Ryan's going to bet. I like it. I would have taken a stab at this flop if I was her, and maybe because he's a new player, she was just giving him the benefit of the doubt. But if I 3-bet that with King Jack, I'm probably going to continue on that flop. Maybe he would have called, and I probably, if he did, I'm still going to check now on the turn, and then he could steal it from me. So maybe he would have stolen more money from me, but it's what I would have done.
I think that's fine. I think when flops come monotone, she had a pair, I guess. She checked behind. I don't know. That's a tough spot.
She was first to act, so yeah, she checked the flop.
Oh, she checked the flop, and then he checked behind. No, I would have. Yeah, I don't know. There's no dynamic between the two. I need my line specialist, I like Callie Donks, to help me with that one. Because I'm basically a player's player. I know what to do when I'm in with guys that I play with all the time. I'm definitely not a line specialist. I'll just admit it right now. But
I think those flops specifically, especially when they're 3 flush, I think they're great to continuation bet.
I do too.
Even with less than top pair, because if it's scary to you, it's also scary to your opponent. And you can often get a better hand even to fold. In that case, probably not. She has King Jack, just top pair.
It's not like the pair is what makes it hard. If you have nothing, it's easy. Just bet. The pair is what makes it hard. Like, okay, I'm basically turning this pair into a bluff on this royal flush type flop. Is it better to try and induce? But, how much action can I really take if I induce?
Right. And the only problem is that, if a heart rolls off, then what? And that's kind of why I like to take control of the hand. But, yeah, it is a rough spot. Every situation is always it depends, and that one is pretty rough. Aaron Rivers and Nuts. He bet 65. Oh, he said 60, so 60 is what it is.
Oh, man.
And even Lily lays down her king.
Yeah,
I'm
becoming a big Lily fan tonight. She can really play. It wasn't, I think that she was on tilt earlier, but now I'm starting to question myself. Was she?
I think she was, yes, but it's so easy to get off tilt once you win hands like that. She in one round, she won 4 massive pots. So in the very first round that we played, the very first hand, Aaron goes balls out and just overbets the pot right into her stack.
Just smashes it into her, yeah.
And she folds, and then he shows.
Yes.
And then from there, she back-to-back wins 2 massive pots with a small pair. And then gets big hands, gets, it's perfect. It's like I said, it's like this would be perfect if she gets good hands now because no one's going to believe her. And then she does.
Right.
So, yeah, I think she could have been on tilt. It would have been interesting to see if now she didn't get the big hands, what would have happened then. But she did, and it worked perfectly in her favor.
Yeah, this is scripted like a movie. And it's really actually...
This is where people say, oh, it's rigged.
Yeah, it's rigged.
Yeah, we planned this.
Yeah,
guys.
we planned it. We planned
did
it's
it.
rigged. We wanted the attractive lady to play perfect poker and smash these guys. Actually, I do. I wish I would have planned this. This is awesome. I don't even remember who else is at the table. I mean, this is just sad.
Cyrus makes it 20 in this hand on the button with pocket deuces. A couple other pocket pairs in here. Checks all the way to Cyrus, who checks. He's like, please deuce, please deuce, please deuce. Nope. 10.
Good game. What'd they go to that flop? Like 8-handed?
6-handed to the flop. They checked around twice. Cyrus bets a turn, and he's going to take it. You got 3s and 6s to fold. Power of position.
Nice. Good job, Cyrus.
Lily called him a beast. He's feeling really good now. Look at his smile. He's like, ooh,
Cyrus is like
I'm a beast.
Cyrus is like world's greatest seat change.
Take your shirt off, Cyrus. Lily did it.
Cyrus is a beast. Yeah, Cyrus, you feeling hot yet? Let's see those guns. Cyrus is a beast. Just look at him. When I see him, I think beast.
Look at him smiling. He can't stop smiling now. He's like, I'm a beast.
He is a beast. Oh, poor Damien. Damien's like, I'm so not a beast.
Buttons in seat 6 with Sean. 5, 5, 10. Straddle is on. Ryan's under the gun with 8s. Makes it 35. Biff Stephenson said, why did Aaron build his bet into a phallic symbol? I used to say that all the time. I'm like, I'm betting the penis. If you bet the 2 small ones with a big stack on top, I'm like, I'm betting the penis, guys. Back to the straddle. Bobby. Bobby, who's usually super active, has had no shot in this game with Lily.
No.
So he's like, well, let me get in here with 10 deuce.
Everybody's basically trying to pick off Lily at this point. But she's not picker-offable yet. Is that a word? She's played very well, even though she's playing 50% of her hands and raising 33%. Just a ridiculous number.
So check on the flop. Now Bobby's going to come out and bet the turn. And Bobby is capable of this. He makes interesting choices pre-flop, but he has a plan for it post. So I like it. He gives himself a shot to win pots with these unorthodox hands. Be better if he actually just waited for the big hands, but it's not his style. And he's going to go for one more. It's like if you can call that, try to call this. 165. About half pot.
Ryan,
more
new to
than
the
half
table.
pot, actually.
I mean, not necessarily. I guess it's all timing. I don't know.
Everyone is talking to Lily. They're not even paying attention to the hands.
And if not, you can call.
I love this. I love this microclimate. We talked about it earlier. There is a microclimate. It's like
Sorry.
or people.
Somebody in
in
Twitch said, we were saying the average age of Twitchers is like 18, and they said the average age of the broadcaster is 65. That was pretty good.
No, the Twitch guys are hilarious. I love the Twitch guys. I mean, we have a love-hate relationship. See, I do a podcast, so you don't know about Twitch, but I do. Because I'm on there every Monday with Poker Sesh and just getting hammered by the Twitch chat. And I love it. As long as they hammer me, you can't go on there and start talking about people's boobs, okay?
You can.
Because they can't defend themselves. But you can talk about my boobs all day.
If you're there, yeah. If Lily was there. And Bobby finds a call. Maybe he knows, Ryan finds a call. Maybe he knows Bobby. He just really thought about it and put the call in. And it was a great call.
I think that Ryan definitely is alive at the Bike Watcher. I've never met him, never spoke with him, but I'm gonna go on a limb right now and say he knows these players.
And that would make sense.
Nobody sits around waiting on the board for a game unless they know what they're getting into. Okay, I'm going to shout out the Twitch people, even though I shouldn't. We got I'm going to have to ban half these people. Initial Chat,
After you shout them out, then ban them.
Hasadiga, Woodrow, Frenchie, Fry Gang, Willius. I love Willius. Dr. J, Icy Manipulator, Sandhop 2. I think we have Sandhop 1 in the other chat.
Hey,
The
maybe it's the
Ill,
same guy.
Funky Town. I'm gonna have to ban half these people. Mike, like right after I say this, they're gonna start asking like pepperoni or Canadian bacon questions, and I have to ban them because that was earlier, like pepperoni or Canadian bacon.
And they wonder why I say the average is 18. Right?
Yeah, and then I got.
But I think it is. I mean, it's actually not. It's actually not a. I'm not trying to be rude. I think it actually probably is.
why
It's a
not?
gamer site.
We were all
who
18
plays
once,
who
yeah.
plays video games?
I don't. I never
Kids.
have, yeah.
It's
Pac-Man.
probably the average age.
Now they are going to think I'm 65. Last video game I played was Pac-Man.
I played Dance Dance Revolution. Deuce 8-3 Ryan, who just had pocket eights, now flops top set. Oh, Damien. Oh,
Poor
Damien.
Damien.
This is not his night.
Yeah.
How about Bobby getting in here? Bobby's like, I've got second pair, and he's mad now that Ryan looked him up last time, and he's getting involved in the wrong pot.
Bobby's like, hey, remember me? I'm in the game. Remember me?
Let me go with Jack 3.
I'm Bobby. I usually run this table. And Scott's like,
It's
hey,
true.
tell me about it. I
Yeah.
used to run this table.
Scott's over there chomping his gum, reading Twitter.
Yeah, but yeah.
So Bobby called the 35 of Damien's bet. Now Ryan makes it 135, and Damien's like, ooh, I got you, sucker.
Yeah.
Sorry, Damien.
Damien is young Cornell West. He is young Cornell West right now is saying, my brother. I have you, my brother. Oh, young Cornell West is just flatting. He's setting up something for a later date. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got Bobby in there. He's like, let's take a little Bobby.
Bobby called.
Because,
Oh! Turn your sound down. Oh! Oh!
now she's blowing out my eardrum. I'm usually the one.
I told you. I warned you. Oh my gosh.
Oh, poor Ryan.
Look at Damien's face.
Look at him.
Oh my.
At this point, the only good news
First
is
we were
that Damien is short stacked.
Oh, first we were saying poor Damien, now poor Ryan.
Yeah. And Bobby's in there with Jack 3, like, who the fuck am I? Bobby's in there with Jack 3. We got quads and top full.
Bobby's on mini tilt from the last hand, from getting looked up in the last hand. He spent 135 on Jack 3 in this hand against 2 sets.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bobby's going to pull out some more money after this hand. He thinks this game's on tilt. All in, just instant.
Oh, one
instant.
out for, that would be really sick.
That would be. My ears couldn't take it if an 8 game.
Sorry, guys, but the situation merited it, you know? So don't come and tell me how it was so loud. I don't want to hear it.
If you guys can't have fun watching a poker game, then why are you watching? Have some fun with us.
Stren Botley Edge said, dang it, Nicole. Tell me why you're saying, dang it, Stren. He said, Nicole, I don't believe you guys interact with the chat. Yes, we do, Stren. Otherwise, you would BOP or bop Limon and say, that was for Stren. Okay, I don't know what all that means, but I said it, Stren, so there you go.
Bop me for Stren.
I don't know what that means.
Bop me for whatever reason. I don't know.
We absolutely are watching our chat 100%. Lyman is checking out the Twitch chat because he has Poker Sesh on Mondays. He's got a lot of Twitch followers over there, so he's kind of ban-hammering people over there. But we are answering questions over here, and I haven't heard any questions yet. So feel free to get in here with some strategy, guys. Lyman and I would love to get involved with some of that strategy talk. And poor Ryan, it's just bad luck for your opponent to hit one outer like that. But in the end, what are you going to do? Damien got himself a little lucky with that set. Last set got a little unlucky.
I think we've seen like a inordinate amount of coolers tonight. Look at all the guys are chatting it up now because Lily left. They're like, oh, this is our chance to chat.
This is our chance to actually talk. Lily's going over to check out the hand against, she's going to see what Aaron had in that hand when she folded.
I think
she made a great fold, and Aaron did have her.
If Lily's smart, she's going to the floor mat and asking, can we start spreading 10-20 or 20-40 no limit? I'm running like God tonight. And playing well, exceptionally well.
You never want to leave a table when you're doing so good, though. I don't care what other game is going. I would just stay and run it out.
Yeah, she definitely has psychological ascendancy over this table.
When your image is this good, you can't mess that up and move somewhere else. Sean's making it 30. Over to Ryan. He's going to call out of the small blind. Up on the ridge says, anyone care to give me a one-sentence synopsis of what I've missed? Limon?
Let's see.
One sentence.
One sentence?
How can we sum it all up in one sentence?
Well, there it is. There it was. We got it. No, I don't know.
Top and bottom pair for Aaron. Flush draw for Ryan. Aaron bets 75. Bink. Ryan hits his flush right on the turn. Luckily for Aaron, it also is a one-liner. A flush and a one-liner to a straight could save him some money.
I don't know why Lily would miss even one hand.
Oscar Meyer Beaner says I think the reason why she's missing, she's going to check and see in that hand that Aaron, if Aaron had her.
Oh, if he really folded a bigger full house.
Yes, I think that she wants to know what he had. So I think that's what she's going to do.
Yeah, people do that a lot. That's smart. That's actually smart. If you're playing on the show, what is it, a 30-minute delay or something?
Not even, like 10, 15.
Okay, so yeah, 10, 15-minute delay. Yeah, why not see what happened? You're playing for some decent money here.
Oscar Marbiner says the one-word synopsis, Lily. Not just one-sentence synopsis, one-word synopsis,
Yeah.
Lily.
Oh, if there was a one-word synopsis, it would 100% be Lily. She's got $4,000 in a 5-5 game.
You said they were new decks?
Wow. Aaron insta-called. So Ryan bet the turn. Aaron called. Ryan bet a sizable amount, $350 on the river, and insta-call from Aaron. Lily probably wishes she would have been there for that because Aaron has been holding over her, the only one who has been holding over her. And just like that, Aaron's stack has been diminished. I think, and he didn't really think. That's the only thing I would say about that call there is he didn't even really think through at all. He just insta-called. He decided. I guess maybe he decided. Maybe that was his plan. He decided. I think this guy's bluffing, and I'm going to look him up no matter what.
Right.
And okay, more power to you if that was your plan. I don't know if it's one sentence. It has to be something about tilter's gonna win, get lucky, and because Lily in the beginning tilted and then started just going off, and then Damien tilted slightly, but lost a big hand, and then got super lucky with another big hand, and so I guess it's hard to give a one sentence synopsis, but it's a good game up on the ridge. Got to go back and watch it.
If you watch every week and you know this lineup, the best one sentence synopsis will probably be like, "Where's Scott?"
Scott's going to call in this hand. Cyrus makes it 40 under the gun. Scott calls. Aaron calls as well. Now Aaron's calling with King 7. He just lost that big hand, and now Aaron's in no mood to fold. He might even have, can we zoom in on Aaron's stack? I mean, he might even have less. We say he has 635. I think he has less than that. I think he has something like 4 or something. So, making this call is not usually advisable. He does have the only club and top pair, but he's no good right now. And he's going to bet out. He's going to donk bet into the field.
Cyrus not giving up on jacks just yet. Cyrus and Aaron have played a lot together, so there might be some meta game going on here. Yeah, Damien. Yeah, Damien's hair is in the way. And we're getting the producer and the director are both telling me that Damien hair is causing trouble for the telecast tonight. I agree 100%. He's lucky he made quads. We just throw him off the show.
Tell me he has to get a haircut. And now Aaron's all in. It's not 425. It's like 2 something. And, Cyrus couldn't face the heat. In face of a bet, Siren just folded. And, it's a one-liner to a straight, 3 clubs on the flop. Aaron just never let up. Again, this could be a situation where you can consider the fact that Aaron just lost the last hand and call down lighter. And the fact that he donk bet into you doesn't necessarily mean that he has to just have clubs there. But mostly, if you're a good and thinking player, I wish you would. But most players don't. They always want to check raise that when they flop the world. When they flop the flush right there.
Right.
So you always got to wonder then, what is he donk betting? I don't fault Cyrus. It's tough hand to play, but I think if you paid attention to the last action, he may have called there.
They're saying in the chat that Ryan is a 2+2 blogger. I guess the second he sat down that he knew what he was up to here, but maybe I guessed right. I can't necessarily trust the Twitch chat, but they're telling me that he's
2+2 blogger. Do they blog on 2+2?
Yeah, I mean they have.
Or just a poster, a 2+2 poster.
Well, they say he's a blogger. I don't know even what that means.
Cyrus has 9s now after his jacks. He raises to 20.
Says his name is Q's Rounder. And he has been playing well tonight.
Yeah, got super unlucky, and that's just
very,
unfortunate.
Very
but
nothing you can do about that.
Been playing a good game. We haven't seen him too much. Just a couple rounds so far, but from what we've seen, it's been good. Ryan's now turn trips. Cyrus, the checks are on the flop. Cyrus bets 35 on the turn. When Ryan hits his 10, he's going to call. Aaron called as well with his gutter on a paired board. Again, you can see, it's that hand got to him. Aaron was actually playing relatively tight until that hand. The last 2 hands, he just went balls out. 115 from Ryan.
Cyrus working it all out. Thinking, what does he have? What do I have? What does he think I have? What does he think I think he has? That's what I'm guessing, right? He's trying to get to the right level here.
And mind you, he just lost that last pot, so that always factors in. You shouldn't let it, and we say you shouldn't let it, and that's a part of becoming a professional is not allowing it, but it does. It creeps in there, and he just lost that hand. He had to fold when he thought maybe he could have been good, but then he folded, and so then now he's thinking about it this time and
he figured it out.
Do I have to fold again? Yes, I do. Some days, all you can do is fold, 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 and it really freaking sucks.
The Twitch people are getting mad at us now because
why?
Because of our average age comments. They're saying that they say the average age is 30 or something.
On Twitch?
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I have no argument with that. But when a nice young lady comes on and wins a lot of poker hands, if your only comments are boobs,
why are you
tits,
30 then if all you can talk about is her boobs? I don't get it. So.
Then, what we should have said, and I'm going to correct us because they are right. We should have discussed their mental age, not their actual age.
Maybe that's it.
Mental age 18, actual age in the 30s. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Fair.
Maybe they just they're 30 but unmarried and not getting laid.
Yes.
Let's see what happens now. 10 minutes from now, what they say about me.
Oh, it's gonna be.
It's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be brutal. I don't give a shit.
It's gonna be brutal.
Couple limps and a raise from Damien.
Damien popping it up with King 7 suited. He's feeling his oats.
He's in the cutoff, so he's playing his position, but it's not working in this game. Look at Scott's like, ooh, I can get in without Lily in there.
In with 2 pocket pairs. He dodges them both. Oh, the 8s.
both. Scott has a open-ended. Damien has open-ended. Aaron has a gut shot. Aaron has the best hand with pocket 8 so far. Welcome to our live chatter. Some new ones in the live chat. BKUCLA Bruins 05. Dale Cooper, Juds, Stern Botlige, Helicopter, Andy Olson, KK. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us. Lawrence NG. Continuation bet from Damien. So, 4 of Damien's outs are gone in his opponent's hands. But if he, whoops, but he hits it anyways. Unfortunately for Aaron, Scott, I don't know what Scott's thinking. He's got pocket 3s. He doesn't have a straight, Lizette. He's got no straight. He's going to bet.
Scott's thinking, do you guys remember? Scott's
do you remember
here.
I'm here, you guys?
Scott's
Hey,
here.
you guys. Scott's here in seat
Scott's
7.
here.
And Damien's like, ooh, thank you for betting.
Right now, Scott's like, I'm going to text Lizette, and if Lily's ever on the show again, I am not coming. There's a new bell of the ball.
Call from Damien. Damien's trying to get Aaron in. Little does he know.
Yeah, look at Damien.
Look at Aaron. He's all in with his top set. Look at Scott's face. Oh, why did I bet? Why did I just spend? Why did I just spend $60 here? I don't understand. What was I thinking? Sorry, Scott. We love you. Come on.
Yeah, Scott had seen like some passivity, and he decided to take a shot, I guess. But it's over now.
I think the pot size and that bet, it wasn't going to get any better hand to fold at that point. So I'm just wondering kind of what was the point. Scott's probably wondering that right now as well. Damien calls. Aaron's going to see the bad news. And just like that, Damien got stacked with his first set, doubled up with his second. Now he's winning a big pot here.
There's a lot of chips moving around tonight. Like, a lot of guys have been way down and then way up, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster, much more so than most of the games that I've been watching lately. Something happened. Oh, God. Oh, so Damien, the table talk right now is Damien trying to, convince people that he's action. But actually showing over King 7 suited is pretty good.
It does help. Yeah, absolutely helps in the game. Well, that's the thing. Just because you're tight aggressive doesn't mean you don't play those hands in position.
Right.
And Damien does. And I think that's a great part. You love to win a hand like that and for your opponents to see it. For somebody who normally is playing just, top of the range hands, for your opponents to then see you roll over King 7, like, what? He actually plays King 7? Okay, well, maybe I have to adjust my thinking against him. Actually, you don't, but
right.
they think you do.
All,
yeah.
That's the great thing about live poker is it moves so slow. Just doing one thing every hour or two causes people to think so much different about the way you play when actually it didn't change anything. So we got Bobby and Ryan in a big pot with Ace King versus Ace 5.
Yeah, Bobby is just wishing for action here. Bobby is usually are very active on the table. He's usually the most active, and I think he's kind of chomping at the bit right now. And he's flopped a pretty good flop.
Yeah. Ryan, takes the free card. Figures that he's going to give his Ace King some value with an Ace High showdown. But this is a...
And mind you, this is round 2 for these guys.
Yeah.
Last time Bobby tried to bluff Ryan. Ryan didn't fall for it and called him with the third pair. Basically, it was King Jack on the board. He had pocket 8s.
Basically, Ryan was doing exactly what I was thinking. He's saying I'm going to see if I can get value out of Ace High. Yep, that's why he checks behind. He was just seeing if he could get value out of Ace High, which is fine. Good play.
We do have a couple questions now. Helicopter says, here's a question for Nichoel and Limon. At what point do you quit a game because you've crushed it and you have the entire table combined stacked?
Never.
Never, exactly. Here's when you quit a game. If you ever get to a point where you have so much that it's affecting your play because now you're worried that you're going to lose too much,
Right.
which in this game you can't because it's a capped game.
Right.
Sometimes maybe you play like 10-20, it's uncapped, and all of a sudden you have 20,000 on the table when you've never had that much. But people can buy and they can cover you. And now the fact that they cover you and the thought that they could, get lucky. I mean, how about the hand with Damien and Ryan?
Right.
Now they get quads. They have underset and they get quads against your overset, and you could lose 20 grand in that hand. When that starts to affect your play and you think about that, that's when you have to get up.
Yes.
But in this situation where it's a capped game and you have the whole table crushed, you're playing well, it's not affecting your mind, you have a great table image, and you get people stacking off to you, why would you ever leave?
Right.
There's no point.
Unless you're tired, something is happening that makes you think you're not playing your A game, you ride this out as long as you possibly can because you know what the other people think of you, but they don't know what you think of them. It's psychological ascendancy. Once you have that, you keep it as long as you can keep it.
Yeah, if you ever have days like this, I mean, I think, unfortunately, a lot of newcomers to poker have it incredibly backwards. When they're having a big losing day, they want to play for 18 hours.
Right.
And then when they win a lot, all of a sudden they just want to go home.
Right.
But it's opposite. When you're having a big losing day and it's getting in your head and you just can't seem to find a win and it's affecting how you play, then go home.
Yeah.
You know what? Go home and then come back tomorrow. But when you're having a big winning day like this, play overnight if you need to. If the game keeps going and you keep winning, keep playing.
Right. Two things you hear losing players say a lot is, I was stuck or I booked a win. No winning player ever says, I was stuck or I booked a win. You're never stuck. You can get up and leave anytime you want. And you don't book wins. You just put in your hours.
And no matter how many times we say that, it's one big long session. People can't grasp it. And, they want to just go home and go home a winner. But what does that mean? Okay, you won today. Great. So what?
Right.
Is your graph only of today?
Right.
I mean, do you not have any other sessions in that graph? I don't get it. What are you trying to prove?
Right. It's crazy, and there are human emotions involved. We say one long session, and you got to get as close to that as you possibly can. I mean, for somebody like me or you, we probably are very close because we played so many years, but you just want to get as close to one long session as you possibly can. And you got to understand when you're in a position of power or strength, and when you're in a position of weakness, and when you're in a position of strength, you have to play as many hours as you can. And when you're in a position of weakness, sometimes you go hit golf balls.
Yeah, and to maybe bring it down. I don't know what levels Helicopter plays, but to maybe say to you, so okay, maybe you're thinking, if you're playing in this game, and let's say you short stacked it. Let's say you bought in 300, and now you doubled up. And now let's say you notice everybody has way more than you. One person has 4,000, and it's affecting your play. It's you don't want to play hand because you're scared, you're worried, you're not playing your game because now you want to lock up that 300.
Right.
Then yes, you should go home.
Absolutely.
Because if the money is affecting how you're making your decisions, then yes, you should go home.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see, I think there was another question on here. Let's see. Grandso wants to know where you could find the latest varsity poker. Do we have that online yet? Brian says no, but he's going to get it up shortly, Grandso. Yeah, as long as you're a subscriber, you will be able to find it up there, I don't know, say by this weekend? By this weekend, Brian says.
I'm a little worried you gave it away. The idea was freaking. Oh, no, they didn't know. They don't even. I'm sure they did. They're not kidding me. These things.
Lily at $4,035. You don't see somebody run up a stack like that in the 5-5 game very often, do you?
Not that quick either.
No.
I mean, that was very quick. So no straddle in this hand, 5-5. Scott has a button. Aaron opens for 20. Oh, no, excuse me. Damien opens with ace jack of clubs for 20. Aaron calls. A couple more callers.
How many people are going to see this flop? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what, 6? It's like, this is a great game. If you are anywhere near the Bicycle Casino, Los Angeles, California, come on down. We'll find a seat for you in a game exactly like this, if not this game. I don't think this game is going to have a seat open tonight. This game's off the hook tonight. But this is basically LA poker. Nothing here is out of the normal. Got the beautiful people at the table, the hardcore gamblers.
So this checks around to Scott, who bets it 5 high. He does have the only spade. Sean calls him with a king.
Yeah, Scott actually has more equity than he thinks he has.
And he's going to continue on. Scott's just choosing this spot to barrel.
Sean called once. I don't know exactly why he wouldn't call again. He knows Scott as much as anybody. I mean, Sean watches every Live at the Bike. He's a Live at the Bike member. And he knows that Scott barrels. And he knows that Scott plays a lot of hands and is an aggressive player. So, but Sean also took a horrific beat right at the beginning of the show. He's not very deep. He's basically making a decision for all his chips right here. Does he have the courage? And it's strictly courage here because he knew what he knew. That's why he thought so long. And now Scott wants to show him 5-2 so bad. Oh, Scott's so mean. Oh, no, actually, he's bailing him out by showing the 5 of spades. Can you call? Now Scott's saying, can you call the other card? And it's like, there's a $5. He says $5 you can call the other card.
I got to choose between 48 cards.
And look at poor Sean. Sean's like, oh, you guys are having a lot of fun at my expense, dickweeds. That's what he's saying to himself right now. A lot of fun at my expense. You guys saw that I made a tough lay down there that I was thinking a lot about, and now you guys are going to clown me by showing cards and making bets on what the undercard is. And now Sean's like, who was asking him, did you have the flush? Did you have the flush? And you could tell by the look in his eye, he was not joking around. He wanted the truth. I couldn't hear what Scott told him, though. I was trying to listen in to the table talk to hear what Scott told him. I don't think Scott told him the truth. I think Scott told him that he had the flush.
You can't handle the truth.
He couldn't have at that point. Sean is exceptionally hot right now. Exceptionally hot. And Lily's back in action. Pocket tens. What happened there? Scott has cards and he put out a raise, but it showed him with eight deuce off. And then Sean. Oh, Sean is Jack 10. Okay, my bad. I was looking at the wrong person.
So Lily makes it 35.
And Sean is exceptionally hot right now. And he just snap insta calls with Jack 10 off.
Nope, Sean folded.
Oh, now it got back raised.
So yeah,
by Ryan.
Lily raised a couple calls. Ryan 3 bets and Lily calls. Queens versus tens.
And the ace comes to slow everything down. Yeah. Lily could have went into like a barreling strategy there. Now this pot is just like she's gonna delay barrel here because the board is so scary.
She bets half pot. She bets 200, and this is tough for queens.
Yeah.
He did check behind on the flop, and again, this is another really tough situation. What do you do if you 3-bet pre-flop against an opponent you know is good and an ace flops? Do you bet it in position? And the only reason why is basically so you can take control of the hand and prevent yourself from being bluffed.
Now he makes the nuts.
But now he's loving it.
Lily's going to get away easy here. She's practically trying to fold before he bets.
She's like, please put $1 out there.
Yeah, exactly. She was folding before he should. Like, if he was paying attention, because I'm sitting up here and I can't even see what she's doing, but I can tell by the way I could see like the edge of her hand that she was basically trying to fold out a turn. He should have just bet $10. That just tilts the hell out of people. It sends them into life tilt.
It's interesting.
Because
Interesting
then
to think about, that far of a level. You
that
know?
Bobby Hoff taught me that.
Yeah, he used to do that all the time.
All the time. He's
Did
the
he-
master.
Did he pass away?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did. Yeah,
Poor
he was.
Bobby.
He used to play all the time in LA. And he was a
Bobby
good
was my
player.
hero.
Played 10-20 every single day.
Yep. He was my hero. He's like, when I get old, this is what I want to be like.
And he was.
But then he got super old, and I'm like, oh, it's so sad.
He got there. He said he wanted to get there, and
Yeah,
he did.
he
And
got-
then what? You can't achieve anymore. Now
Well-
you've reached all your dreams.
He had a stroke, and he couldn't play anymore. And it was just the end of Bobby Hoff was sad to watch. He just became a guy on the rail.
It just became, well, I mean, that's what we're all going to be. That's the thing.
I
It's
don't
you can't-
want to be that.
I know, but you're going to be someday,
I don't want to be that.
That's why you never feel sorry for and or disrespect the elders, because
Right.
we're all going to be there someday.
That's why I save my money. That's why I keep it in the bank. I keep playing at the 5, 10, 10, 20 level. I'm not going to go out baller 100, 200 style and be broke and on the rail as like an old man. It doesn't, I don't want to be there. I've seen it too many times.
Ashley Michelle says, Lyman, you need a mod in Twitch, especially for horrible racial comments.
I am Ashley Michelle.
We're trying to watch it, but it's hard
It's
to watch
hard to watch
both.
two chats.
We are for sure 100% watching our own chat and randomly watching Twitch.
I agree 100% with you, Ashley Michelle. I've actually barred 4 people tonight, and I probably haven't barred
For
4
booby-
people.
booby comments.
Yeah, for saying stuff about people's tatas and everything else. But I mean, I like the Twitch chat, but yeah, you can't attack the people on the show. They can't defend themselves. Come down here to the Bicycle Casino right now and say what you want to say to any of these people to their face. I support that 100%. But don't be a keyboard warrior. Don't be a freaking keyboard warrior. I'm going to bar your ass.
30 from Bobby. Call from Lily. Heads up. Bobby's so excited to get back in action. Check, check. Lily's going to bet this turn. Bobby's like, I need to play. So I'm going to call.
They said it was massive, like by far their
She bets again on the river. Quick fold from Bobby.
All hell's breaking loose in here.
They're trying to kill us.
What is that? Oh, it just sliced my leg open. Workers' comp.
Part of the table is breaking loose. They're literally trying to kill us here, live with the bike.
everybody's sitting on each other's laps and stuff. And I go, that's great for ratings.
Oh, at the end of the night?
Yeah.
Kishku says, not to be mean, but if you rat hole, then go kill yourself.
What does rat hole mean? What does that mean?
That means that you take money off the table and put it in your pocket.
Oh, you mean going south?
Yeah, go south. I
It's the
agree.
same as rat hole?
I agree. Going south is 100% unacceptable in all circumstances.
Yeah, if you get to the point where you need to, then you need to get up. Just get up and go home.
Yep.
How long they're playing, but in Tuckman commentary.
Now, going north can be okay in some circumstances. If you ask the rest of the table, hey, does anybody mind if I match the stacks? And everyone says, okay, I'm 100% for that.
Maybe, but I mean, in that situation, then how about going south and you ask the whole table and they say
Okay,
it's
that's
okay?
fine too. Yeah, actually, you're
Because
right.
there's some players who we'd rather them stay and go south than go home, right?
I've actually, you're 100% right. I've actually allowed people to go south before. We all have. Because keeping them at the table is worth it, and they don't want to lose any more than
such and such amount.
such and such amount.
Yeah, in this day and age, in this economy, it has happened before at my tables, and they're like, well, I mean, what's your alternative?
Right.
They're going to go home or they're going to go south. Oh, and when you see them do it, they actually don't ask us, but we all see it,
Right.
and we're like, okay, whatever.
I have been in like three-handed games a lot where one guy has a ton of money, and I know that if I leave, the game will break, even though I'm a professional player, because they don't want to play heads up. And I say, if you guys don't let me go north here, like with the old capped game at Commerce, I'm leaving, and they'll be like, do it, just go north. I've never asked to go south. That's just ridiculous.
There used to be a 5-10 game with a 400 cap on it.
Oh,
in
yeah.
LA.
Yeah, that game.
Everybody used to go north all
Everyone
the time.
went
They're
north.
just like, all of a sudden, like one hand, they'd be in, and all of a sudden they'd have like 2,000. They're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Where'd that come from? Like,
That game, that 5, 10, 400 cap game should have just been called Go North.
Go north, my friend. Raised to 15 from Scott with 10-8. Aaron calls with pocket nines. Looks like Cyrus is in there as well with 4-5, and Cyrus is bottom pair. Aaron has the best of it, but Scott was a razor pre-flop. He's in a continuation bet. Again, this is, 3 flush board. Scott, we saw him barreling this board before, and he does again and takes it.
Ashley Michelle will be happy to know I just barred a guy for a racial comment.
There you go. There you go. Ask and you shall receive, Ashley.
He said that Lily was only a pro by Asian standards. See, now that I'm not, helping him. I banned a person for that.
There you go.
See?
Banhammer.
Banhammer came down.
Yep.
Well, it's been fun playing with everybody so far.
Look at.
Shooter hasn't even got to play a hand yet. Shooter, by the way, I used to love playing with this guy. He just used to play every hand. I didn't even remember he's on this table.
No, Shooter used to be a dream. He has his own nickname, Shooter. He wears a little cowboy hat. Everybody knows him. He's played 15% of his hands
He
tonight
has
with
not
zero
even
raises.
played a hand.
No, he hasn't played one hand because remember the straddle? That 15% is just him straddling when they agreed to a round of straddles. Shooter has not played one
I didn't even
hand.
remember he was here. And this guy is somebody you want to play against on the table.
Shooter is sort of a legend. But
Flush draw for a pair against a pair here.
Yeah, that's the only hand you play, too.
now look at Lily's blasting them right now for not playing hands. She just blasted Shooter for not playing hands. Lily's sharp, man. She's sharp. She's keeping track of what these guys are up to. Look at, she's just blasting out 200. Bam.
She hit it, and this is exactly what she needs to do, is right?
Yep.
Bet hard, because, if Aaron had a king there, you think he's folding? No way in heck. He's going to get it all in against her. And that's exactly why she needs to bet huge.
Yep. Or if he has just a single big heart, like a queen or an ace of hearts, he's going to call a big bet. If he has two pair. Yeah. Lily's feeling her oats tonight. She is a chatterbox right now. Look at everybody's making fun of her because all she does is stack chips. Lily has got talking chips tonight. She was real quiet after that first bluff at the beginning, and now she's.
And then the next hand, it was all
chatterbox,
over.
Yeah,
Call with bottom pair, win.
Yep.
Call with second pair, win. Might have been bottom pair again, actually, win.
Yep.
20 from Bobby.
If I could just win a small one, I'd be happy.
I think Bobby, unfortunately, is just out of his element in this game. He's used to running the show,
Yeah.
and he just can't here, and so he just needs to tighten up, and he's not doing it yet.
There's a lot of alpha dogs at the table tonight that are like, got their tail between their legs.
Luckily for him, he's top and bottom.
You're not folding?
Lily's going to play her gutter.
I can't fold this hand.
And she talks the whole time.
It's an Asian hand.
Yeah, she says it's an Asian hand. Now I got to unban that guy. Lily just called and said it's an Asian hand.
Go email him and tell him you're unbanned.
You're unbanned. Lily just confirmed it's an Asian hand. Now she has double gutter? Or no? I wasn't looking that close. Yeah, 7, 9, 10, 10.
Yeah, she would have a
Double
double
gutter.
gutter, but she already full. Oh, no, she did.
No.
She did.
It's in the river.
I want to see the river. Put the river out.
Scott has 2 of her outs, but she does have a double gutter. What would it have been? What would the river been? Show it. They did show it, but we didn't get to see it. It was a 6. Okay.
Did Lily know she had a double gutter? She just insta-snap folded.
We saw it. That's okay. Now you just see it.
Six of diamonds was the river. I don't know. It didn't change anything, did it? Didn't change nothing. I mean, obviously, she's a sharp player. She would or should recognize it. She just snap folded. Considering the way that she had played earlier in the show, I think with a sort of a hidden double gutter, but it was like 2 different flushes on the board. It was going to be a fold no matter what, but just insta snap fold. If you're going to call with a gutter and then turn a double gutter, I mean, why'd you? I don't know. Trying to figure this stuff
She might
out.
not have seen the double gutter part. Yeah, you're right.
Because if a gutter's an Asian hand, then what's a double gutter?
Too white.
2 white. Yeah, double gutter, 2 white. Double middle pin, double belly buster. That's what they would call it in Super System, the old double belly buster. Now we're gonna get in trouble.
We're
now.
going to ban ourselves.
We got to ban ourselves. But Lily started this.
Yeah, it's Lily's fault. She's banned.
She's banned. Yeah. Oh, she's 100% not banned. Fun to have on the show.
Sean came into the game hoping to change up his style of play a little bit.
Yeah.
And he said he apparently he tweeted out that, you know, or was talking to players and said he noticed that players were playing back at him because he's been playing Live at the Bike for a while now,
Right.
and so he thinks people have been watching and they're playing back at him. So he came in to try to make some moves tonight, and it's just, you know, first of all, he got called by bottom pair from
Right.
Lily in his first big play they tried to make.
Yep.
And now he just has nothing going for him, so he's probably frustrated, and rightly so.
Yeah. Sean's got sort of smashed tonight. Everybody looked him up when he didn't want to be looked up, and everybody.
What do I know, dude? I like Barry. I think Barry cracks my ass up. He does, man.
I told you why I like Barry, right? Because he's one of the few, because I like to beat people.
Right here, Kishku says, I like you, Limon, but if you're barreling queen, your overall range is effed up. Could be true. I don't know. I'm like three or four drinks in at this point, but I will tell you, you don't need to balance your range in this game. Are you guys watching the same show as me? If you're worrying about balancing your range on this show, you've lost your mind. This show is just exploit. There is no balancing range. That is not the way you should be thinking about this game. That said, I may have given out some bad poker advice. I don't frickin' know. I try my best. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of strands to keep the old duder's head. Damien with a set of deuces again. Will he?
So Damien 3-bet this pre-flop. Under the gun, Ryan raises small. Damien 3-bet it with deuces and flops the world.
Yeah,
Sean, he borrowed some gum from Scott.
Oh, poor Sean. He's just tilted out of his core.
And he went all in. He only had 300 left. Quick call from Damien.
Sean sees that he's basically drawing dead.
He is dead now. And that's it. Sean's out of here. He said,
Take
I'm
it
done.
easy, Sean.
And
It wasn't your night.
No, and I think that's the thing. It's like, you got to go home. It's like
Yeah.
when nothing's going right, and Helicopter was asking this earlier, you know, when do you go home? This is when you go home.
Sean leaving right now is the mark of a true professional. I know the guy's got money. I know that he could buy in again easily.
But don't.
He's chewing the crap out of that gum, and everything's gone wrong.
Yes.
And you just walk out to the car, drive to the nearest burrito stand.
Drive to Taco Bell.
No, not
Get
no. We live in Los Angeles.
5 soft tacos.
No, in Los Angeles, you don't eat that crap. You go to Carnitas Michoacan. And you have a real
I don't know where that is. I'll have to try to find that next
East
time.
LA, man. What's the guy, the Beaner guy? He knows where that is. Guaranteed.
Oscar Mayer Beaner.
Oscar Mayer Beaner knows where Carnitas Michoacan is. I guarantee it. That's the good stuff.
Sean, live at the bike.
Seat open live at the bike. If you're out there watching right now and you don't want to play in this game, you should just quit poker. We are.
You should. If you are in the bicycle casino and you look at this game and you're like, nah, you might as well just go home and get a job.
We are conveniently located off the 710 freeway at Florence, and we will seat you in this game right next to Scott.
Took all your money.
You're not going to get the seat next to Lily because Cyrus smartly snatched that seat up the second it came open.
And that was the best move of the night so far.
It was a great plus EV
It's
decision.
not making him any money yet, but it's
He's
what
made
you do.
He's made $130.
There you go.
And the show's only been going for an hour and a half.
He just made a great fold here
Yeah.
with his ace queen. Cyrus has had to fold a lot of hands tonight, so I will give it to him. He is continuing to make the right folds at the right time, and he looks a little dejected, but that's how it gets in poker sometimes. As long as you continue making the right moves, you're doing all right.
This is an interesting point. Cyrus is up $130. And some people will be like, oh, Lily's up $3,000. This guy's up whatever, all this tons and tons of money. But being up $130 right now is way above your hourly. If you're up $130 in an hour and a half of 5-5 poker, you're way, way ahead of your hourly. Way ahead of your hourly. Nobody is averaging $100 an hour in this game, even though this game is great.
Yes. No, if you're averaging 100, if you could average $100 an hour in this game, I'd still be playing 5-5 every day.
That's $200,000
Why would
a year.
Why would I not? Well, I would have never moved up. I would just still be playing here.
Well, it's $200,000 a year for a full-time player, and there is not a player on the planet who makes $200,000 a year playing 5-5. You could if you're world-class type 5-5 player.
Hey, you have a really lucky 1 year, but averaging out over the years, no, you're not making
0% chance.
Cyrus raises pre-flop with King 3 of diamonds, and he's going already. Aaron bet this with bottom pair.
I love the opening raise sizes in this game. People are opening like 40, 35 in a 5-5 game. It's like, no, this isn't online poker, kids. Nobody's opening 2.5x. It's like 7x, 8x, bam.
Scott's going to show his queen, and he shakes his head, but he's actually good. He's like, oh my gosh, I won a hand. What? Eversaurus says, I like the Limon Nichoel combo.
Yeah, hey.
Rick says Nicole's always better when she has someone else with her. I agree, Rick. Thank you. And tell Evelyn, Brian, Lizette, Lyman and I are available for every future commentary.
Well, Lizette said you're perfect with Madsen, so I think you're with Madsen on the 28th.
Let's run a poll. What do you guys think? Should me and Lyman do all future shows together? Yes or no? 10 minutes from now, let me hear what you say.
Yeah, I think so. 100%. Lyman is free. Lyman's the freest. Hey, be careful. They'll get tired of me. You can only have so much
What?
of anybody.
Tired of you?
Yeah. I get tired of me.
I get tired of me too. Buttons in seat 1 with Ryan. This is a limped around pot. 5-way action.
You even said, you said the industry. You're talking about multiple industries here.
Multiple industries. That's where I'm involved.
So, like, not
See, the thing is now our live chatters are having a discussion and saying, oh, teams are much better. But, you know, you can't really win because, you know, when we've had teams our whole entire life of doing live at the bike.
They said that team
And
sucks.
now they said,
That team
oh,
sucks.
yeah, we
That
don't
team
like
sucks.
it. They talk too much. They have too much background chatter. We just want to hear the action. Well, you know, so now the last 2 months, what have we been doing? We've just been one-person shows. And now we're hearing, oh, no, we want two-person shows. And so I guess, you know, that's the thing is, like, you know, what do you really want? And are you sure?
We know what you want.
We know what you want. You want us to talk down to you while we're commentating on some poker.
That's right.
You know what we need to do, Lyman, is we need to sit on, you know, Brian, we need to sit on Scott's shoulder. He
That should-
needs a pep talk.
Oh, yeah, Scott does need his pep talk. Let's sit on his
Scott needs a
shoulder.
pep
Yeah,
talk.
let's sit in there.
Can we go there, please?
Let's go. Okay.
Scott.
Scott, you're still pretty.
Scott, listen. It's okay if you want to chew the gum, but you don't need to bluff with 5 deuce.
Right.
Just wait, meditate, and let it happen naturally.
Scott, we still love you, Scott.
You're the best.
Scott, unbutton the top button.
Maybe that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. One more button.
One more button, Scott.
Less T-shirt. One more button.
One more button and the Twitch chat will love you.
Next time.
There we go. He looks invigorated. I think that works.
Okay, he's going to play this hand.
He's
so
playing a
let's
hand
see.
immediately. He looks at.
Oh, shooter has a hand.
No, right against aces. Oh, no.
Oh, Scott is playing against a hand against shooter with aces.
Oh, God. Scott, we're sorry. We shouldn't have
Sorry,
talked you
Scott.
into
We
that.
should not have suggested you play this hand. We didn't mean this hand.
No, we meant the next one, Scott. 100%. Oh, good lay down. Good lay down. Sick lay down, bro. Sick lay down.
Right when I said that, I saw.
We got a new player in seat 6. He flew in here from Philadelphia. Just insta flew in. He heard about this game on Twitch.
MJ, but this is a different MJ because MJ has been playing a lot of Live at the Bike lately, but this is not that same MJ. So it's weird to have the same name, but it's not the same person.
Yeah, I don't know this guy. I've never played with him one time. He definitely, yeah, he flew in for all of town. He bought in right for the 1,000, which is always something you look for. How much do they buy in for in a cap game? Do they just cap it out, or do they buy in for half?
Because what does that mean?
Usually when a guy insta-caps, he is either an action player or a good player. They're never weak, tight, passive type player. He's either going to be lag or good.
And nobody actually bought in for less than 1,000, it looks like, tonight.
I saw top pair.
And mind you, for those people who are worried, like, oh, I'd like to take a shot sometime in a game like this, it is fine to come in and short stack it if you want to take a shot. But understand, your strategy. It is a short stack strategy, and it's different. It doesn't mean you can come in and just play your suited connectors and play any hand in any position. You have to understand, what you're doing with that short stack. And most people that we see, when they buy in for a game with a short stack, they have no idea what they're doing with it.
Right. They play like a 50% VPIP. They've lost their minds.
And which is why we say mostly when you buy in for a short stack, we assume you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Ship it.
Lily just says ship it. Ship it.
Oh.
Nope. She found out someone had a hand.
Now, Lily, remember, when we were playing, 4 of these people were just sitting here.
Right now, Damien's talking to Lily, and Lily's thinking, please, somebody stop this guy from talking to me. Remember when I was saying that women had a good in poker?
Should we sit on Damien's shoulder?
I take it all back. If I had to sit and listen to Damien pick up on me, I would murder myself.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's the only bad thing about it is, like, people are too nice. People are in guys, and it's not even, it's like, you don't have to be as beautiful as Lily. You can be anybody, any Joe Schmo girl, and guys are just so excited because there's no girls in the poker room,
Never,
I mean, they're playing against all these ugly dudes for 8 hours a day. They're like, woo, I get to see a woman. It's awesome. And they're always trying to chat you up.
Yeah. You can put on the headphones, though.
Yes.
That's what even, like, sort of like, like dudes who are sort of like on the spectrum, like nerdy dudes, they like to put on the headphones and just ignore everyone.
Yeah, and those dudes actually should be the ones who don't have the headphones on and are trying to chat to people.
Exactly.
If you're that good, and you should probably not be advertising that. You should be like, hey, guys, what's up? You guys want a drink? Whatever.
Yeah.
40 from Bobby. 9-6 of spades.
That's something when you like come to TO. That's an industry term. You have to be involved in that sort of arena. Just come out with that.
Yeah, and then I got my kids.
6 of diamonds.
45 is a continuation bet from Bobby. Scott has second pair, and he's chomping the gum.
Yeah, Scott has reached the point of the evening where he's not in the mood to fold.
I don't want to say what the other card was. I'm kind of surprised.
And he does call.
It's Scott and Bobby. Both of them are like, I didn't know you were at the table. I didn't know you were at the table either.
Hey, you're here?
Hey, nice to meet you.
And it goes check on the turn, and check the river, and Scott's going to win.
Normally, Scott and Bobby are playing like half the hands together. Tonight, they're just like, oh, I forgot you were here.
And, normally Bobby would probably bet that again.
Exactly.
He has no chance of winning, obviously.
Right.
But he knows Scott, and he plays with him a lot, and he assumes he hasn't beaten, he's going to call.
Bobby took some money from me, so he has extra money tonight. Me and Bobby had a fantasy golf betting going. I guess it really wasn't fantasy because I had to pay him real money. But we matched our fantasy golf teams together for real money, and he crushed me.
6 months of unemployment.
Is his real name Bobby? I always thought maybe Bobby was a, fake name. He has his hat and his glasses on.
I call him Bobby. I don't know
His real name is Bobby?
Oh, it's Robert. Yeah, that's his real
It
name.
is?
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought maybe he was incognito.
I actually call him Bobby.
Bobby?
Bobby.
Ricky Bobby? Or just Bobby?
Bobby.
You know what's depressing? Kids now, like, I don't know what grade I'm in. 4th, 5th grade.
Biff Stephenson tweeted out watching live at the bike from Bicycle Casino in beautiful Bell Gardens. Limon Poker, Nichoel Jurgens calling the action. That's right.
Space Jam.
This is happening. It's almost over, but I'm still going to retweet it.
But
Ron S. says, do you guys ever get geeked out about playing with a poker celeb anymore? If not, do you still remember doing so? Not really.
No, never. I assumed when I was sort of starting out and like the poker celebs that I would have played with were, guys like Bobby Hoff and stuff. Uh-oh, we got trouble here.
Aaron bets 50. Cyrus makes it 100. Cyrus is choosing this spot to run a bluff. Aaron 3 bets. And, every hand that Cyrus has had to fold, by the way, has been like a 3-bet from Aaron. So, there's definitely metagame going on here. Cyrus hates it. He's like, oh, my gosh, I chose this spot to bluff, and now this guy is I'm against this guy, and he's calling, and now Aaron goes all in, and Cyrus has to fold again. Okay, so anyways, yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, when I first started playing, like, there were obviously world-class players who played in Los Angeles, people who I'd seen. There wasn't a lot of people on TV then, but people I knew who had played in the World Series of Poker, which is a really big deal. I didn't want to play with any of them. From day one, I guess you would have called me a bum hunter. I was like, show me the table without world-class players. I don't need to test my skills. I want to test my bank account.
Yeah, exactly.
Testing my skills isn't going to get my wife off my back for playing poker all day. Bringing home thousands of dollars will, I always wanted the softest game with the softest players. And I wanted to have fun. And playing against professional poker players is not nearly as fun as playing against amateurs.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like, get geeked out about playing against a poker celeb is like, the funny thing is that there's a lot more celebs in the poker world than most people know, and there's much better players than any of the celebs that the average person knows that we play against every day. So, or we try not to, like Limon says, we try to pick a better table. But, so yeah, no, I mean, seeing anybody who is, known worldwide as some big poker celeb, that doesn't do anything for us anymore. We've been in this business long enough that it's just like, okay, whatever.
Although, I must admit, the first time I ever sat at a table with Owais Ahmed, I got a little sweaty, a little starstruck. I didn't know, my knees were knocking.
And then he started talking.
Yeah,
and
then he said the word button.
Ease it.
And I'm like, did you mean
Insta
button?
Off, geeked out.
And he was wearing one of his cosplay outfits. I think he was dressed as a sexy R2-D2, which, added to the whole affair.
Ryan's in this hand with ace-queen. He turns a queen. He bets it and takes it. One hand left. I'm not ready yet. My wine's not even gone yet.
I know. My fake bourbon's still here.
You drank your whole actual bourbon, though.
Yeah, the actual bourbon's long gone.
Thank you again to Cyrus.
I know, greatest of all time. Never gonna quit.
All right, big hand. Damien will not shut up. Can you just mic Damien? You'd save so much money. Just mic him. Nobody wants to listen to it. But look, he's got chips. He's got talking chips. Damien has never had this many chips in front of him, ever. But Lily's like, I laugh at your stack. I laugh at your impotent little stack.
And look at Lily, just, calm, collect, just playing the good hands.
We got to play one more hand because they all just mucked. Insta-muck, insta-muck, insta-muck. Now, Lily's playing her A game. A lot of the people tonight are playing pretty good. Lily just played better. That's all there is to it. I don't remember a lot of... considering that we've got amateurs and pros at this table, people just having fun and drinking and people taking it very seriously, I don't remember a lot of, horrifically bad plays. I just remember Lily playing very well. Truthfully, that's what I remember tonight.
Yep.
She just played really well. That's all there is to it. All right. Lily raises it up with threes. It must have been a straddle pot, or did she? Straddle pot. She makes it 3x with threes.
Shooter's going to play a hand.
Cyrus insta-calls. Scott, two deuces are basically aces for him. Shooter, look at all these pocket pairs. We're going to see a set here. How can we not see a set here? This is going to be good.
Six-way action.
I have a really good feeling about this.
Someone's going down
Yes.
for our last hand of the night.
Yeah, 8 deuce 3. Oh, come on.
Nobody's going down.
No, Cyrus got a flush draw.
Lily was a pre-flop raiser.
She's smart.
Whole lot of nothing. Ryan with the best pair.
Lily smartly doesn't c-bet. You can't c-bet into 4 people.
Cyrus is going to bet a
5
flush
people.
draw.
You can't c-bet into 5 people. Ain't going to work. Cyrus is going to stick around for sure.
And he bets.
Oh, Lily did bet?
No, Lily didn't bet. Cyrus bet.
Okay.
Cyrus bet 75.
The graphic was wrong.
Yep. Cyrus bet. Scott folds. Shooter folds. Ryan folds.
Oh,
Over to Lily.
Yeah, he's going to win it now for sure.
And Cyrus is going to finally win one. Oh,
Wait, oh, Lily.
she's capping her cards.
Lily. She gave him a little look.
She's like, well, and here's the thing about Image, too, is Cyrus has not won a hand tonight.
Wow, this is really freaking good.
And this is the thing about Image, is like when you're
Yeah.
not winning hands, you've got to be super tight. Now, he actually has gone ahead of her now.
She gave him a little look. She sort of cocked her head. She hasn't. You look at the way her body is facing him. Like, it's very aggressive. Lily is very aggressive. Like, even most professional players aren't this aggressive towards their opponents, where like they just sit and basically face them. Yeah, she got the money in while she was good, and she folded when she was bad. I mean, this is sort of a clinic.
He's so happy.
Yeah,
He won
everyone's
a
happy.
hand. Cyrus like, I won a hand.
Everyone's happy they just beat Lily in a pot, but Lily actually played it perfectly.
Lily was the queen of the table tonight in
Yeah.
more ways than one. She just is going to go home with over 3,000 after starting with 1. And she played amazing.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
Congratulations to Lily.
I would
right there. Right there.
Yeah, don't poke. Yeah, don't poke. I would be interesting. I mean, Lily played so well tonight. I'd be interested to hear what she was thinking. I mean, she talks a lot, but she doesn't really talk about what she's thinking. She more sort of like jokes and prods, but you don't know really why she's making these plays. But these plays have been sort of amazing.
Maybe since she's best friends with Lizette,
Yeah, Lizette
we need
can
to
find
get
out.
her in the boot.
Maybe she should come on Poker Sesh. Tell us the strategies. Okay, she might be on Poker Sesh. Lizette
Oh,
says
there
she
you
might be on
go.
Poker Sesh.
There you go. Poker Sesh with Limon Monday night, 6
Yes,
p.m. Pacific
absolutely.
time. If you're a subscriber, you get into that for free. If you're not a subscriber, well, so sad. It's only $10 a month. You should subscribe. That is it for us for Live at the Bike. Abe Limon, Nicole Jurgens. We're done. It's really sad. I'm not ready actually to be done. That's super sad.
It's
But
a great
we'll see
night.
you. Yeah, we'll see you again Monday with Abe and Tuesday for Live at the Bike. So until then, we'll see you.
Toodles.